So this is Madi Posa from Indigenous Peoples Media Project of Poor Magazine, and I'm here in Penoboscot Territory with James Neptune. James, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is James Neptune. I'm of Penobscot and Passamaquoddy descent. We're from the Wabanaki Confederacy in Maine. The four tribes of the Wabanaki Confederacy are the Penobscot, the Passamaquoddy, Micmac, and Maliseet. We're the four surviving tribes left in the state of Maine. There were other tribes in southern Maine who no longer exist, but that's another story. But I've been at this museum for the last 15 years, and I'll be here till it's time to leave.
So, one thing that I realized on my trip here that my friend Don Neptune took me to is that how the dams are on is that the Penobscot River?
Yes.
On the Penobscot River, and then she told me that that those dams are going to be destroyed soon.
Yes.
And taken down. I was wondering, can you give us more background about that story and the struggle to get those dams taken and the victory with that?
For probably about 10 to 15 years back, we were trying to restore a traditional salmon spawning cycle within the river. Since early contact, they had dammed up the rivers, taken away our traditional foods, which was salmon. And probably about 10 to 12 years back, the Penobscot Nation, in coalition with other Maine state entities, decided to buy and purchase two other dams in the river, which are impeding the salmon from coming back to the dam that's just below our reservation. Those two dams right now are the VZ Dam and the Great Works Dam. At the Great Works Dam, there is a mill. It used to be a paper mill, but they went bankrupt and they went out of business. But the building continued to be used by different entities. Now it's a sort of like a rubbish burning site, and the dam that's there generates the power for this mill. And the VZ Dam is probably about 3 or 4 miles below this Great Works Dam, and we're trying to get that out of the way also. There is still hydroelectric power being generated by this plant, but they'll readjust some upper river dams that will take up the energy lost from the VZ Dam. But the Great Works Dam runs the mill. So what they've done, just about 2 years ago, they finished raising the monies they needed to purchase these two dams, which was like $25 million apiece. So they've purchased those two dams, so now we can get them out of the way. But one of the things we have to do is to create a new energy source for the Great Works Dam. So they've made plans to create an underwater turbine system where that will help generate power for the Great Works Dam. And once those two dams are out of the way, the salmon and other fishes will have a good straight run right up the river up to the Milford Dam, which, like I say, is right down below our reservation. And at that point, where the salmon will start coming into, they'll create a fish lift. It'll be like a basket device which will come up underneath the fish that gather in this area, capture them in the basket, take it up over to the top of the dam, and dump them into the upper part of the Penobscot River. And so from that point on, they'll have like over 100 and something miles of the Penobscot River, which is fed by many different tributaries, such as the Piscataquis, the Mattawamkeag River, other different streams and stuff, where these fish will have a place to start creating their spawning beds once again. And once they start doing that, then the fishes that are born there will have a memory of where they were born. And when they go out to the ocean to grow up, when it's time for them to spawn, they'll know which river to come up and where they need to go to spawn and create more. We need more fishes like this to do this journey, because that was a traditional food source of ours, was the salmon. And with modern day sugars and foods, we need that fish oil to give us the heart health that our people enjoyed for thousands of years while our people inhabited this place that we called the Penoboscot River.
Can you talk more about the fundraising efforts, specifically with the Team Penobscot and the Boston Marathon, and raising some of the funds to basically take down the dam?
I'm not sure.
Remember you told me when I first got in how much money they raised and how they ran just the other day?
What I told you was that they had raised all that money, and the Boston Marathon, where they're raising money there, I'm not sure what that's all about, because I wasn't in on that. But if they're using that to help with that, that's much more monies to help with getting this job done at a quicker pace, I hope.
And do you know any preparations that the Team Penobscot runners had to do for the Boston Marathon?
Well, they had to do a lot of running. You'd see them running by the museum every day on their trip around the different surrounding towns, just to get themselves in shape for that run. The Boston Marathon, one of our early ancestors was Andrew Sokolexis, who ran in the Boston Marathon too, and he also was one of the first Maine residents to ever be qualified for the International Olympics. So in 1912, he went to the Stockholm Games, and he met some other native peoples there too. One was a Navajo runner, and then there was another one who a lot of people know as Jim Thorpe. We have photographs here in the museum of those three together, and he came in fourth, but he was picked to go into the International Olympics. He was such a good runner.
That's beautiful. So anything else you would like to add about the dam or the salmon or the water or anything?
Well, we're trying to get these fishes back, because from previous paper mills and tanneries and other factories up and down the river, they dropped a lot of dioxins and mercury into the water, making our fish at the present time inedible. So we can't get fishes. I mean, we can catch the fish, but we can't eat them. This is the prime purpose behind getting the fishes back in, so we'll have an edible source of fish, game fish from our river.
Sounds like a lot of healings will be happening soon.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Thank you so
I'd like
much.
to have some fish from this river. I like to catch fish from this river that are edible. And so hopefully that'll pass on to my sons and my grandchildren, who I would, sincerely want to have them enjoy fishes caught fresh from this river. Something that I was never able to experience when I was growing up.
Well, thank you so much for sharing the victory that the Penobscot Nation has created and made that will survive for the next more than 7 generations of being able for those fish and that salmon. Thanks, James, for your eldership.
You're welcome.